Hi, in this lesson you will learn the possessive particle e, the plural form particle del, and a particle do, which means also. Let's start off with the do particle. In English, you can translate this particle as also, as well, and to. Do particle is attached to another particle, for example, to a preposition, which is in its turn is attached to a noun or a pronoun. For example, it takes 2 hours from my hometown to Seoul, or it takes 2 hours from my hometown to Busan as well. 부산까지도. The do particle also can be attached directly to a noun if this noun is either a subject or an object. Take a look at the example where a noun is a subject, which means it is in the nominative case form. The weather is good. 날씨가 좋습니다. The weather is also good. 날씨도 좋습니다. Remember the lesson number 14 where we were comparing 은는 particle with 이가? I said that when 은는 is attached to the nominative case or accusative case particles, these particles drop. The same thing happens to these case particles when you attach the do particle. And this is an example where a noun is an object and it's in the accusative case. I like apples. 사과를 좋아합니다. I like apples as well. 사과도 좋아합니다. 사과 is still an object, just the accusative case particle 를 is dropped. The particle do is simple and easy to understand. Before we move to the possessive particle e, let's have some practice. Look at these examples, pause the video and see if you can complete the missing part. Try to translate those sentences in the Korean language. Here are the answers. 이것은 창문입니다. This is a window. 저것도 창문입니다. That is a window too. 저것 is a subject and it's supposed to have the nominative case particle at the end, but as I mentioned earlier, the nominative case particle drop. 이 공원이 좋습니다. 저 공원도 좋습니다. Here the word 공원 is also a subject. 저는 한국어를 공부합니다. 저는 중국어도 공부합니다. Here 중국어 is an object. And the last example, 저는 월요일에 학교에 갑니다. 저는 화요일에도 학교에 갑니다. Unlike the first 3 sentences, in the last example, you need to attach do to another particle. You have just learned another very useful and one of the most commonly used adverbs. The next particle is the possessive case marker. It is attached directly to a noun to illustrate ownership. For example, this is Tom's computer. She is the student's mom. The economy of this country. Let's take a look at how you can use this particle and if there are any exceptions. Pause the video and see if you can translate these sentences for yourself. So the first sentence is 여기는 이 학생의 집입니다. House is the place, right? It's not a thing, which is why we need to use 여기 instead of 이곳. I already explained this in the previous lessons. 학생의 집 is house that belongs to the student. Whose bag is this? 이것은 누구의 가방입니까? This is whose bag? This is my bag. 이것은 제 가방입니다. 제 is a contracted form of 저의. These are contracted forms for pronouns 저, 나, and 너. I, and you. 저 is a polite version of 나. Use 나 only when you talk to close friends and kids. So the contracted form for 저의 is 제, 나의 is 내, and 너의 is 니. Since these two double vowels sound the same, in order to distinguish one from another in spoken Korean, the second 네, which is your, is pronounced as 니. By the way, never ever say 나, 네, 너, 니 when you talk to complete strangers, even though they are just 1 year older than you. In the Korean culture, it's considered to be very rude. The pronouns are mostly used when you talk to close friends or kids. There are 2 more words in Korean that have exactly the same spelling as this word, but mean completely different things. Yes and the number 4. And the last particle for today is the plural form particle 들. The plural form particle is attached directly to a noun. 대학생, 대학생들, 책, 책들, 여우, 여우들. And if you want to add prepositions, case markers, or anything else, add them after the particle. 대학생들이, 대학생들은, 대학생들을, and so on. An interesting thing about the plural form in the Korean language is that in most cases the plural form particle is omitted. There are lots of people in India. 인도에 사람들이 많습니다. And 인도에 사람이 많습니다 mean exactly the same thing even though we did not put 들 in the second sentence. There are lots of fruits in the market. 시장에 과일들이 많습니다. And 시장에 과일이 많습니다. Although the first sentence is grammatically correct, but I would say that the second sentence is more commonly used. This is kind of confusing, I know. There are no specific rules that would tell you when you should or should not use the plural form. What you can do is, since you're a beginner, you can use the plural form particle 들 wherever it's necessary. And as you become more fluent in the Korean language, you will figure out by yourself when you can omit the plural form particle. This is a list of new words. I will be using them in the next lesson. Your homework is to learn these words by the next lesson. You can also check them out in the description box below this video.